It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Vikings and the Hawks, and it comes your way next.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Minnesota Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season. And these... Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week. And off we go from Seattle. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Come on.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. He's got it to the 43 here.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And that one on the money to Claypool downfield. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 20-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Let's go. Tap the 60. Tap the 60. Ready.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And he's going to get this down near the 25. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week one. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield. Mission accomplished. Points on the board.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by a young man making his first NFL start. A carry by Henderson to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Ed Oliver, that time the one to get in there and bring him down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings. Michael Pittman, 76 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that wound up traveling at even 58 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Kenneth Walker taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
And oh, it's wide right. No good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
This complete to Lockett. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Henderson will try and run for the first. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And the offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Viking 18.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Open man completes it to Claypool. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
On the set.
16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Walker. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Completion here to Claypool. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle, it doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line.
Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now to the ground, here's Walker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Back to throw here. Touchdown, Vikings! Noah Fant, 27 yards. And the Vikings are able to add on to their first half lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 23. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Second down, it's Henderson. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big deal.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Danielle Hunter in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Come on, set.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
19 light.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Go.
He'll look to throw. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one goes for 24 yards.
Ready?
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Here we go, here we go.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2.
70 Timberwolves. Cup 19, Cup 19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their...
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
They'll run for it. It's Walker.
And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. And he's got room. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked down inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Okay, ready? Mustang 19.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. That's caught over the middle by Fant.
And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. And that is taken in by Njoku. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They'll look to throw now on first down. This is the tight end Fant. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
Short kick. One of the up mid will take it now. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new...
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Throw left side complete. That's Henderson. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at the 15.
A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return.
And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
Ready, set. Panther 60, Panther 60. Hurry.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, They'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
43 yards on the ground for him so far. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Sticking with Walker on second down. And he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And this is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one goes for 30 yards.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Vikings have got it on cruise control. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run. And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. Open man, he's got Jefferson across the formation. Finding space at the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he's got it inside the 10. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 50 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Walker will take this into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Taking it about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson.
And they'll get him down here at the 23.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
They'll set up a throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And it's taken in at the 9.
And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are. Stay with who you know. And go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
That goes for a gain of 31.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
Straight ahead, Walker.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the... Back now in Seattle, Washington.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
And he's brought down.
106 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the out.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Ken Walker
with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns.
And the Vikings are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. So he had the nice run to get him down there, was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards.
And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
So the completion good for just 3, and that'll bring up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
He'll get this underneath to Henderson.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up second down.
Another completion there, and we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation, a top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of size, speed, the makeup of him, the character of him. The key's going to be, will this team accept everything he brings to the game and adapt to it? Not just necessarily plug him into something that he doesn't do well.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw again. That's taken in by Henderson.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. So that a nice throw, but it hasn't really turned out to be the grand debut that many had hoped for. His team's down double digits. So what have you seen, CD?
About what I expected, really, because for a youngster making his first start in the NFL, I kind of expected to see these things. A few bumps along the way, maybe not the plays you expect to see or want to see. But remember, he's not going to the Hall of Fame off this first start. It's going to be an accumulation of games before we have a fully accurate reading.
They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, he gets it to Barrios.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down, pretty anemic, very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this one is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
York able to send this one through.
And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Kenneth Walker headed back out there.
I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
Hold the set. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Let's go now.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They'll set up to throw. Buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Returnable for Lockett. A great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
2nd and 3. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And able to connect with Barrios. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. He got 29 yards that time. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Second and 2. This is caught. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point by York is up and good.
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From the 6. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota.
And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And Walker with it over the middle. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Flush to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. In on the sack, the former Buckeye, Tyquan Lewis.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman.
It got his man complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Over the middle, complete. It's Walker. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Here's Walker. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, CD, I mean, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into week 2. This has been an impressive week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week 1, and one of our early window games here in week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Minnesota, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat.
And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington.